What's up, Kabroda crew? Welcome to the live stream. Hopefully, y'all are having a good day today, especially after that spike yesterday night. Crazy what the market can do after hours, especially when there's a little bit of news or something like that. Yeah, I guess we'll have to get right into it. I'll show you a little bit of, the battle box didn't call that full move, I guess, but we did get some of that first part of that move. If you were watching it around 1 o'clock, um, it did give some false breakouts, but it never really held down on the back test. So we'll check it out. As you can see, just going straight into the chart, you can see that after the stream, we had that breakout. I guess it was sort of during the stream, and then after the stream we fell back down and we weren't able to hold it. And then the same thing happened about 9:45. And then we came down and started acting like we were going to break down. And right about the 15,200, we kind of turned around and came back up. We got that break again of our volume area high. And then we retested it right here. And these two candles are basically your entry upwards. So if you took that trade, you could have made about a one and a half. And then obviously you could have continued trading it through the night, but this was our second target, so that's where it would have been time to get out anyways. And yeah, I did make a nice little flag here, the uptrend here, and then you got a flat top, so that's always a good indicator that we're probably going to continue upwards from our last move. But still, that would be hard to read because that was a very news-driven flag. But yeah, if you were trading any of that, I guess, good job. Or if you just got into it, good job. This was definitely the trade of the day, though, with our battle box system in mind. So, yeah. We'll have a more in detailed recap coming out a little later at 10 o'clock. It'll be covering this stuff, just the regular day trading. We recorded it before we had this nice pop here, so yeah, hopefully y'all were able to trade that and didn't get wrecked by it jumping up like that when you're thinking about it, thinking it was going to go down or something like that. But yeah, let's just get in there and start up our battle box system and see what we got going on today. See if we got any more good trades forming up, or maybe we'll have a rest day since we kind of jumped so far yesterday. So to start off, we'll just jump and grab those different time frames. Actually, I'm going to grab the news event first. So I'm just going to cryptocraft.com. You won't see it on screen, but basically I just head to cryptocraft.com, go to today, and then just take a screenshot of the news. Looks like we have a little bit of news coming out today. So as you can see, we got some heavier events. Actually, from 7:15 we had a little bit heavier, and then at 9 o'clock we have a red, which is like one of the more high impact levels. So that is something to be mindful of as we get past 8:30 and then into about 9:30 is probably what you'd be kind of watching for that one. So interesting. Okay. Streetmaker says watching for the 111 or 115 at 750 to hold. If it does see an SR flip, then my go target is back to test the 112 500 level. So if y'all don't know, SR flip is a support and resistance flip. So basically what he's saying is we're watching that 15 500 level, so 15 750 level, which is about right here. So if it does hold, okay, so basically, yeah, he's saying that, well, we came up, we broke it, right? And then now we're kind of waiting for it to come down and retest this area. Because if we see that retest, we technically flipped it here, but if we get that retest, then we know now now it's actually support. So whenever you have a line underneath the chart, it's called support. So a line that's respected, I guess. So like for example, this our volume area high was a resistance point yesterday. So we kind of came up, hit that line, hit that line, hit that line a couple different times, and then finally we broke through it. We never saw the retest, but this should be flipped to support now. So if we don't see it come down and retest it here. Oh, he's saying if it doesn't hold. Okay, so we get that break of it, then it will flip to resistance. But yeah, just a little tidbit, I guess. So we'll go ahead, go to that 4 hour. I'm going to turn off my live stream lines that I have for the battle box. Crazy how much we moved yesterday. And then we'll just get the picture going. I'm going to go back to this. Auto everything just like normal and get that picture. Sweet. That's out 4 of them. Now we'll get those FRVP levels. So heading back to trade view. Oops, sorry, head back to trade view. We got the, see the GPT. Yeah, now we're on the charts. I just took some screenshots though. Nothing super exciting. Just screenshots of each time frame. Yeah, going back to trade view. We'll get the 1 hour started and we're going to do the FRVP levels. So for the FRVP levels, you have to use the tool. It's going to be under the crosshairs 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and click the little over button, and it'll be that fixed range line profile. You can star it right here, and then it'll show up here on your little mini toolbar thing. Mine's up here, but you can put it wherever you want. But yeah, you can use this, and then once you have it up there, you can just click on it and use it whenever you want. But for anybody that needs it, it's 4 down from the crosshairs, and then you click the over button and it'll be under volume based, say fixed range volume profile. And then we're going to go to 7 o'clock the previous day. So today is the 1st, so the 30th. We're going to 7 o'clock on the 30th to 7 o'clock today. Just like that. Then we're going to go ahead and turn back on our 24-hour levels. And what I'm going to do before I get these. Actually, we'll just get these first. So just drag and drop these right onto the corresponding lines. So your volume very high is going to be the red one, and then your POC will be yellow, and then blue will be your volume very low. And once you get those pretty lined up, they don't have to be 100% exact, but once you get them lined up as best you can over the top of the different colored lines, then that will be what we're looking for. So basically what we'll do is we'll head back to trade view, and we're just going to go through, or sorry, we'll head back to our battle box, and we're just basically going to say FRVP levels, and then we'll do 24-hour, volume area high, VOC, and volume area low. And then we'll do the same for morning. So same three things, volume area high, POC, and volume area low. And then one more thing you can type while you're in here is candle, or 30-minute candle. You can say high and then low. And for now, though, we're sticking to that 24-hour volume area high, or 20. Wow, we're sticking for that 24-hour FRVP levels, starting with the volume area high. So we'll just go ahead and click on that volume area high, click settings, and then you'll go to coordinates, and you can copy this number that's in here. And then when we head back to our GPT, we'll just paste it in here. And now that you've done that once, you can just go through and click on the line and then click settings, and it should come up as in coordinates already. Just copy all three lines, put them in there, and then we'll move on to the morning ones. And for the morning ones, first off, we'll shut off our lines here, and then for the morning ones, you're going to go, instead of 7 o'clock the previous day, you're going to change the back end part of your FRVP levels to 3 o'clock this morning. And that'll give you your morning levels for the FRVP. So we'll just click and drag our lines. If you don't already have lines like this, you can just hit Alt-J on your keyboard, and that will give you one of these extending rays. Or you can go over under crosshairs, and right under it there's a trend line thing. Click on over, and then you're going to go down into a horizontal ray, and that's what I like to use. You can use horizontal lines, or even like a trend line or something, I guess, if you're really into that. But I think horizontal ray or a horizontal line is probably one of the better ones. I like rays just because it helps me to see kind of like where my line, like where I'm starting at, like when I kind of put the line on there. And it just helps make the chart look a little cleaner when you get too much stuff on it. Yeah, that's basically what we're looking at right here. Got all our stuff lined up. And then we'll do the same process. So we'll grab our first line, go to settings, grab the coordinates, and then head back to our GPT and then start pasting them in. So same thing with all three of them. Just copy and paste. And then now we'll get that 30-minute candle. So the way that you do that is head back to trade view first and foremost, and then we'll go to our 30-minute. And you can take these lines off or leave them on there. It doesn't matter that much. I'm actually going to go and get rid of this. Yeah, if it gets distracting, just go ahead and turn them off. I'll turn them off for my chart. And the way that you can turn them off, if you don't know, I'm using this tool over here. So if you go over to the right hand side and go down to where there's like some little boxes stacked on top of each other is kind of what it looks like. That's going to be your object tree, and then you'll want to make sure you're on this left side up here, the object tree. And that'll show you like everything that you've ever put on your chart. The one thing you do got to watch out for is down here there are the indicators, so you don't want to delete those by accident. But you can just go through and turn the stuff off or on depending on what you want. And you can also put them into groups and stuff too. Like you see here, I have this group, and then I have this live stream one that I use for specifically for the stream to kind of turn on the lines or off lines. So it makes it nice and easy if you're looking to organize your stuff. We do have a video on our channel kind of going more in depth on how to use this, but that's kind of the basics. So if you're interested in using that, it's just over here, a little box symbol over on the right hand side. Alright, anyways, back to the 30-minute candle here. So we'll head to our 7:30 candle, and then we're going to go to our high, which is going to be up here under where it says Kabroda on my screen. It'll be 116,603 today. So we'll just go back and type that number in right here, 116. I believe it was 603. Yep, 603. Go to our low, same thing, 116,318. Nice. And then now we have all of our different things. The only other thing you can use is that weekly FRVP levels, but we don't really go over that in the stream. So we have our basics set up now. We'll just send it in, see kind of what we got going on for today. So basically what I'll do is I'll go to the different time frames and we'll kind of read off what the battle box has to say, and then we'll kind of talk through it. So starting with the 4 hour, BTC continues strong breakout momentum, pushing above prior supply zones. Volume expansion on the breakout. EMAs are stacked bullish. RSI is holding above 70. And momentum slowing slightly, but structure remains bullish unless 115.7 shelf breaks. Which is that level I think Spirit Anchor was talking about today, 115.7. So if we see that break, we'll more than likely continue downwards. We can see the JGBT. Spirit Make also said the 4 hour moved up into the golden pocket at 116K. We need to see if it can break through to 117,500, or this is a strong bearish sign. Okay, so basically, for those of you who don't know, the golden pocket is when you're using fibs. So, try to remember. I never can find these things. I think I have them on here. It's not it. Here it is. So basically, if you're using fibs, you'll grab the. You can do this either way. If you're looking for a downward trade, uh, oh, I don't know what golden pocket we're talking about, I guess, but basically, whenever you're using fibs, and I'll just use this as an example. I don't know exactly where, uh, which one certain maker's looking at, but typically you drive from the high, the high to the low of whatever chart that you're looking at. So like, we could use a smaller move actually to make it a little bit easier, I guess. So we'll go here to here. So typically when you retrace, and this didn't really do it, but the best place to retrace is always this golden pocket, is what it's called, between 0.618 and 0.786. So this is kind of like range right here, about halfway down between the two. So whenever you see price, like say we're here, price dips down and comes down into this range and then fires, that's typically a very strong sign that we're going to continue up, at least for a little bit, continue upwards. So yeah, that's a strong sign that we're going to make a nice reversal, especially when we see that slowdown kind of hold there. There's obviously certain times when you use that and it's a lot more powerful than other times. It kind of depends on the rest of the TA and kind of like what we're looking at. But it is something that you kind of want to watch out for, because that golden pocket retest is something that could mean something. So certain makers saying we got that, we're in that golden pocket as of right now. So that is kind of a zone to watch out for. If we get that break, then that kind of means we broke the golden pocket, so we're continuing on. So even if we get a down like reversal, it won't be as strong as if we are in that golden pocket. A lot of times when you'll see it is on it's actually on a move like this. So see like a downtrend here like this, and you'll come down, hit that golden pocket, and then retrace up. Yeah. Other than that, there's not a lot happening on this 4 hour. We didn't really get that nice shoulder that we were talking about. We got a little bit of one, but it's not like a nice, not as nice as I would have wanted it to be. And then we shot up last night, kind of just hanging out up here. MACD wise, we did just fire. You got RSI's almost topped out here on the 4 hour, and then Stoches is kind of just whatever. Not, it doesn't really matter on this time frame. Heading to the 1 hour. So for the 1 hour, the daily market recap on the battle box says sustained bullish trend with consolidation near highs of 116.4. Structure is forming a potential flag, continuation flagger. Wow, continuation pattern. MACD histogram is flattening, possible pause before the next leg. Okay. So it's saying that this is a continuation pattern. I'm actually seeing more of something like this, which is typically not a good sign, because when you see trend continue, so if you see a pop up and then you see trend kind of bounce around but continue higher, you typically see a dump after that. So that's a not great trade sign. We can see a dump back down, kind of just take out that news event again. Like get rid of it, I guess. Basically, go back to where we were before. But yeah, the battle box is basically saying now that this is a regular flag, so it's saying we might see something more along these lines. Kind of see price come up there and then come back down, kind of bounce around, and then fire out of here. we'll have to wait and see what happens here. But as of right now, I wouldn't really say that's a flag. You got MACD just is starting to curl back over from that fire last night after when that candle fired. RSI is kind of topped again, and then we got Stoches tops as well. They don't matter that much for this time frame again, so nothing to really worry about there. Heading to the 15, we got the battle box says pullbacks off highs after vertical push, testing the EMA cluster near 116. 1 to 116.2, confluent with morning POC momentum. Yeah, let's turn those on actually. So, boom, boom, boom. Yep, retest the morning POC there. Momentum indicators are cooling, volume is contracting, and we're waiting for that higher, waiting for confirmation of a bounce versus the fade. So we got the MACD actually flipped bearish, and we're about 4 candles in, no sign of really turning the other way. You can see these are kind of even, I guess, so maybe we'll get the flip here in the next candle or so, but as of right now, we're not seeing any kind of like loss of momentum here. RSI is topped out, very overbought. You can see that the slower moving average is already curling over on top of the faster moving average, so we might see some more of a breakdown here. Stoches are bottom out, so calling for a potential continuation run here. So maybe the possibility, I guess, that we're going to see is we're kind of seeing this pattern here, so maybe we'll see a little bit of a pump up higher, and then that will be the jump out of this time, and then we'll see the dump back down. But as of right now, it could kind of could go either way. It is calling for more of a down run, but we could get that little last push before we dump. 5 minute is pretty much more of the same. The battle box says micro compression after rejection at 116.6. The local support rotation at 116.2 needs a decisive 5 minute push with volume to reclaim momentum. Otherwise, risk for deeper fade toward morning value very low at 115.9. Yeah. So we kind of got the same chart on the 15. Nothing super interesting. We did get a double top here, and then we dumps down after that. So we'll kind of see if we can break that double top here at that's right at the volume area high. Both the morning and the 24-hour. You got MACD on the 5 minute is curling. We're starting to see some breakout here. We did get across on the RSI, the faster moving average, cross to the slower one. So maybe a possible turn here on the RSI. But as of right now, we still are in that overbought territory above 50, and we're seeing that downtrend of the slower moving average still as well. The Stoches, we're seeing a little push up here, so possible up run still, or a continuation of this up run we're already sort of in. Don't see it going too much higher, honestly. Yeah, there's that news event at 9. So that's something to watch out for. Should start coming into play here pretty soon, especially with like people pre-trading the news event. But we'll build the battle plan, kind of go through that, and then I am gonna jump off. Let's. All right, here we go. basically what we're seeing is the normal trade. So we got that 15-minute close above the volume highs with the retest. Get in. Our targets are going to be 117.5 to 118.2. So 117.5 will be our first target here, which would get us into that range that Streetmaker was talking about. And then the next target would be that 118.2 level. Something like that. That's kind of what we're looking at. For the downtrend trade, if we get that breakdown on the 15-minute break below our volume area low, and then we get 5-minute retest here and hold on the bottom, like hold that resistance down here once we flip it. Our targets will be 115.2. So starting with this one down here, 115.2. Down to, and we'll put that on the same level. Down to 114.4. So about this POC right here, 24-hour POC, and then a stretch target would be that volume area low at 113.483. Just somewhere to watch out for. The other trades you can kind of trade are a chop trade, so kind of trade through as we're waiting for that confirmation of either way. Not really something you do as a more beginner trader, so not something we'll be covering right now, but if you're interested in that, definitely check it out. Ask the Battle Box about it. It can help you learn some more about it. There's volatility at 9, and then I believe it's just 9, so watch for that. Because that news event, the PMI is coming out. That's really it. So yeah, if you're looking to trade that, make sure you're watching for those different levels, watching for that news event. Just be careful if you are going to try to take a trade before or during that news event, because it is pretty risky. But other than that, we got a video coming out at 10 o'clock, kind of going over the recap from yesterday. So make sure you watch that, especially if you want to learn a little bit more about trading, because those videos are always full of just our expertise as we kind of go through the charts of yesterday. And then also maybe you'll learn something about maybe some of the TA coming up today. Obviously today will be a little bit different case because of that news event last night. But yeah, other than that, the levels from the live are coming out on X. So if you're interested in getting those levels, they'll be out there. Kind of with just a little recap of the battle box we set up today in the live. So make sure you check that out if you're interested. Make sure you subscribe to our X account so you don't miss any of our videos or any of our TA that we throw out there. And then make sure you subscribe here on YouTube if you want to catch some more of these live streams or just catch our videos. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll see all of that. And yeah, please like so we can reach some more people. I know people are wanting to learn about trading, and we're here to teach. So make sure you hit that like bell, or hit the like if you like this, and hit the bell if you would like to see some more of us. Get some notifications about our channel and what we're doing. But other than that, we will happy trading, and we'll talk to y'all next time. We'll be live tomorrow at 8, so we'll see y'all then.